Before there was light, there was darkness. Before there was order, there was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new-formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl, willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell.
One.
Alright, so the sea serpent sort of reared up and crashed down onto the deck. The mast has splintered down below in the hold. Oh no, you can hear the crash of breaking wood and the sound of the sea starting to rush into the boat as this enormous serpent lands on the front of it. And as the boat sort of rocks back and forth, one of the sailors, Arvid, sort of draws his axe off his back and goes running forwards past Torvald and down the steps towards the serpent. Sort of raises his axe and swings at it, just yelling essentially a string of profanities in Dwarvish that Torvald you can hear quite clearly. It seemed to be in the lines of, "Get off this fucking boat, you mangy sea slug." I'm not good at Dwarven insults. Unfortunately, the dice are not in his favour this evening, and he swings wildly back and forth, his axe sort of glancing off this tough hide. As he's doing that, the captain of the boat, Captain Silvasny, also runs forwards up to the front, drawing this rather flimsy-looking rapier. But he swings it at the serpent. You hear the clang as metal hits this thick hide and just kind of bends slightly the tip of the rapier. It doesn't seem to have made any impact at all. But that brings us round to Chrysara. There's a giant sea serpent in front of you. What would you like to do?
I am going to rage, and Torvald, Adair, and dude over here on the starboard side, as well as myself, all get 3 temporary hit points from my frost. And sorry, my character sheet just disappeared, and I was doing so well too. Characters. She's going to charge forward with her maul and attack. I can just get this pulled back up where it's supposed to be. Okay, here we go. So for attack number 1, ooh, does a 12 hit? Tess, you're muted.
No, a 12 does not hit. I'm sorry.
Of course. And she will lunge forward and try once more swinging her maul. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Perfect. That's a dirty 20 though, not a crit. No. That will be 10 damage bludgeoning. As she will swing her maul and just hit it in the side of the face.
Alright, the serpent doesn't seem that disturbed by that, but yeah, you definitely made a bit of an impact on it. Definitely chipped the scale.
Okay, wait till my next turn.
Is that everything?
That is it, yes.
Okay, so as the captain sort of is yelling back to the crew saying, "We need to keep the boat afloat! Ilva, Harkin! Get her under control." And you watch as the sailors sort of rush back to kind of take the wheel and try and sort of hold this boat steady as the weight of the serpent is sort of tipping the front down into the water. They start shouting to shift things around and try and keep this boat afloat. As that's going on, Uno, down below, you watch as Davina strides out of the door of this part you're in and out, past Adair onto the deck. So she's out the front. And she looks around to Torben and goes, "Truce for now." In a voice that was very much not Davina's voice. And then she takes another step back away from this thing, looks up to it. Does anyone here speak Abyssal? In which case, she says something in a horrible language, and you watch as this column of fire just down from the sky, this burst of bright light and flame, it strikes the serpent, sort of just off the front of the boat. And luckily the serpent manages to dodge the most of it, like shifting its bulk to one side. You still see as this flame scorches down into it. And that brings us to Adair. Then Eldest, you will be up next. Maybe.
How badly does the ship appear to be taking on water from this crack?
Pretty badly. You're not sure what's going on below decks, but the boat is definitely listing, but due to the weight of the serpent, and there's visible holes in it.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call down some more lightning on this thing first. So, more lightning. And that'll be a dexterity save. DC 15.
Oh. Unfortunately for you, that is an 18 on the dice there.
Well, it'll only be half then, but let's see what we can get out of it. Come on, dice, be decent today. That's 20. That's 12.
Okay.
Lightning damage.
It's still looking pretty fine for now, but yeah, you're definitely doing damage to it. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Adair?
With that, I'm going to go below deck so I can see how bad the damage is and see what's going on down there.
Alright, so yeah, the door to the below decks is just sort of under that bit. So yeah, you can come through into this section here in like a step. Or two, I think. This map is surprisingly confusing. I've spent a lot of time staring at it, trying to work out how the stairs join up. It's beautiful, but... So yeah, you're able to come through into the cabin where Uno is. And you can hear the sound of water that seems to be rushing through into this front compartment of the boat. and the storm rages above and lightning cracks across the sky. and the fireworks of London continue. So you're down here now. Is that everything, Adair?
That will be it for me now.
Okay. Before Aldous' turn, the Serpent is going to use one of its legendary actions. As it sort of rears up above the boat and then its head comes down and snatches up one of the sailors off the deck. Just tips its head back, and while you watch as the halfling sailor just disappears into the vast gullet of this creature. You didn't stand a chance.
Poor Dave.
His name was Gwyn.
Figured it was probably Dave.
You mean Eric, right?
Eric's at the back of the boat.
No, Dave is the one that dies for us all the time.
Okay, as long as Eric is okay, I'm okay.
So swallows him down as one tiny halfling morsel. Aldous, from your position at the rail, you see that happen. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. I'm making sure my rope is tied tight to the rail, and then I'm going to cast my Eldritch Blast at the beast. I have a 16 plus 7 and 3 plus 7, so that's a 10 and a more than 20.
A more than 20 will hit, a 10 will not. Yeah, roll the damage for one of those.
That's an 8 force damage.
Okay. Alright, so it blasts a few more scales chipping off this thing. You see there's barnacles on its hide, there's sort of bits of weed stuck to it. It looks immense and old and really unhappy at everything. Is that everything, Aldous? You're muted.
That is everything I can do. I'm not taking any movement, and I don't have any bonus actions.
All right. Eric rushes to sort of help Harkin and Ilva with sorting the boat and yells to his son, Leaf, like, just stay out of the way, Leaf. Stay back. We're gonna keep this boat upright. Uno, down below decks, you can hear all this commotion going on up above. What would you like to do?
I'm below deck. Am I able to see? I know there's like this breach in the front. Am I still able to see the serpent?
Not from where you are now. The breach is in sort of the forward compartment section of the boat, but that door, this door here, leads up directly onto this lower portion of the deck. Essentially, there's levels going on here that are flummoxing.
Oh,
so, yeah.
So this is the upper level that I'm seeing there. Okay. Hello there. Let's see. I would probably see Adair come here and be like, is this where we're supposed to be? And then you said damage so far to the ship is relatively manageable?
If it doesn't progress any further, it's not in direct danger of sinking yet. Okay. If no more damage is caused.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and kind of nod at Adair I'm not sure why he came down here. And I will, kind of as I walk up the steps, invoke my Crimson Right. So I will go ahead and do Rite of the Flame, and I'll take a d6 of damage. Four. Cool. And now I've got my sword. I kind of nod to Adair, take my sword, kind of my great sword, slash it against my hand, and it kind of starts to, there's like runes on it, and they glow kind of more as if it were on fire, crackling embers, and I'll start to walk upstairs. Kind of not excited to have to fight a kraken. So let's see. 5, 10, 15. And then I will. Can I share space with this lovely man on the stairs? Hello?
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh,
I was looking at the map. Which man on the stairs did you mean?
this one. So I was here, so 5,
you
10,
can't share a space with him. You can move through a space if you've got somewhere to go.
Okay.
So there's.
Can I kind of wriggle under the serpent in like? Okay.
If you want to stand
Second
right
giant
next to its
serpent.
mouth.
Yeah. Like, can I? Just kind of this way.
You can be there if you'd like to be there. Directly under the serpent's mouth seems a perfectly sensible place to stand. Yes.
Yeah, it seems like a good place to meet personally. Great. That's where I'll be. Sounds good. So I will be there, and then my sword will be on fire. And then, is it within striking distance while I am under its mouth?
Oh, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Cool. I'll just hop into its mouth and just kind of start whacking at stuff. Why not? No. Also, I'll go ahead and take that now kind of flaming ember sword, and I'll just strike at it two-handed, and let's see how that goes. Let's see. Math. 25 to hit?
That will hit, yes.
Cool. And that'll be... Let's see. Great. Better. 11, and then... So that'll take 11 slashing damage and then 3 fire damage.
Alright, not bad. Things are starting to add up.
There we go.
Starting to.
And I will go ahead and attack a second time. Oh wait, no. Well, I did my other... I forget. Do I get extra attack just naturally? Both times, unless if I already take a bonus action, or does that have to be my bonus action?
If it's extra attack, it's not a bonus action.
Excellent, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Great, so we'll attack again. That's not as good. That's a 9 to hit.
A 9 will not hit. Just glances off this thick barnacled hide. Of this.
Yeah, okay, cool. And that'll be turn, I believe.
Alright. Before we get to Torvald's turn, the serpent's going to use another of its legendary actions, and it lashes its tails back and forth, sending the boat rocking violently from side to side. And I'm going to need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
My feet are stuck with my climbing.
Apart from Torvald.
Failed.
How low? How bad?
A 3.
Yeah, you failed. You find yourself knocked prone.
I rolled a 2, but I get a +2, so I got a 4.
Nice.
You are also knocked prone.
17.
You remain on your feet.
Cool.
And Chrysara,
I got a dirty 20.
you are still on your feet as well. You watch as a good portion of the crew members are scattered across the deck, sort of knocked off their feet. as the boat rocks from side to side. And that brings us to Torvald's turn. So
All right. So Torvald's gonna run up to the main deck. I can't see the Serpent currently, right?
Pardon? You can definitely see the Serpent.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yes,
I didn't remember if I was on the main deck or if I was under still. I don't remember.
No, you came out onto deck last time when you
Okay.
were.
Did
see
it
this
raise
thing.
its head up when it attacked? Like, is it still resting on the boat, or is it currently?
It is sort of up a bit above the deck, but in reach of people trying to hit it currently.
Okay, but its body is in the water currently.
Yes, the bulk of its body is down in the
where we see
water.
it here, and his head's kind of like above the water. Okay. So Torvald's gonna run up, very sure-footed compared to where he normally is, because he's got these the special climbing, wonderful spider hat. So he runs up and he sees this giant serpent, and he's gonna he basically like goes down and picks up some like dust that was on the surface, and he's gonna take his hand and kind of wipe some of the water that's falling from the sky, and you just see the water rise up in his hand, like almost levitate, and then he throws the dust at it, and then this huge gust just goes out right behind the serpent, and he goes, "You're not the only one that can control the waves," and casts control water, and you're going to create a whirlpool right behind the serpent. It is 50 feet at the surface, and it goes down to 5 feet wide, and it's going to be centered like right behind its tail, right here. And it will have to make a strength save.
All right, strength save. I'm
Did you see
gonna
the
warn
strength?
you. This. Ooh. Strength.
16.
Unfortunately, that was a 17.
Okay.
Just, I thought that was. You always had it. That was fairly low for it. Like.
Right, so it's half damage. So that's gonna be 3 bludgeoning damage.
But it stays there until it's like every turn, right?
Yes. It's concentration for
Alright.
10 minutes. So you just see this giant whirlpool start to form, like around, behind it, where its body is, attempting to pull it in as it apparently just barely stays out.
Barely succeeds, which is honestly quite surprising, given that this is a gargantuan sea serpent. You almost had it then.
And then at the start of its turn, if it's inside of it, it has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Well, remind me. Actually, it's the start of its turn, so that is unfortunately a 29.
Okay. So it passes. It's gonna take. Well, it's 7, so it's gonna take what, 3 damage? 4.
Okay.
Round up.
I round down. I believe you're making me doubt everything. I think I've been rounding down with you guys when I hit you with things, right? All right. So, yeah, the serpent on its turn now looks down to the tasty morsels directly below its jaw, and just this giant toothed maw lunges downwards towards Uno. Oh, that's a 23 to hit Uno. Okay, so this
Yeah, sure.
this tooth. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I don't know why I'm acting surprised as the person who consciously walked.
I warned you. Are you sure you want to walk under the jaw of the hungry monster?
Oh, why not? Great. That's a 12.
A 12?
Dex save, right?
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
You're a lot of dice.
So, Uno, you take. Sorry, I'm just checking my maths there.
Oh, no, you're fine. I just think it's funny that I had joked with you about how it would be hilarious if I brought on a new character and she immediately died and I just had to bring Ira back. And I don't know if it's a joke anymore, so I realized that a joke might not be a joke.
Okay, you take 33 points of piercing damage.
Will
And
do.
you have been swallowed.
Oh, okay.
Like, tips back its head and you find yourself starting to descend the gullet of this enormous serpent.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks. Love it. Can I breathe? Am I okay to just chill in here?
No.
Okay. Give me a second.
We'll find out on your turn how okay you are, but no, it's dark and you can feel already the burning of acid against your skin.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, great.
All right. So as Ovid and the captain sort of swing axe and rapier against this creature, Chrysara, what are you doing? 'Cause I just.
All right, since I am going to call out. Is it my turn? The turn order hasn't adjusted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I was just wrote. Yeah, it is your turn. Yeah, the captain, he watches his rapier again, just boing, boing, against this armor, but Orvid managed to get one strike in with his axe and sort of cleave off some of the flesh of this creature. But yes, Chrysara, it's your turn. Uno has been swallowed by a sea serpent.
All right. Since it is my turn, you'll see a frost cover myself and anybody within 10 feet of me and shatter, giving them an additional 3 temporary hit points. And since I see where the captain carved off some of the flesh, I'm going to call out my activation word for my flaming maul. I have still not decided, so we're just gonna put it over mind.
So cool. 3 temporary hit points, even though I'm inside a snake.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Suggestions from chat as the appropriate activation words for flaming walls.
So that is a 24 to hit for the first one.
That will hit, yes. Burn it, burn it. We're gonna burn it. This is great.
Burn. So it's 18. It's 20 damage because I get 2 for my rage, and it doesn't seem to be adding it in the D&D Beyond.
All right, 20 points of damage.
Then for
the first attack.
I swing back around, aiming for the same spot. 26 to hit.
That will hit. I'm gonna have to make a saving throw for this serpent here.
Good. 16, 17, and 18 points of damage. Straight for its little fleshy. I need like a little mini maul so I can go with you.
And as you, so how much was that on the 18? Jeez.
Yes, 18.
And Uno, you feel this whole thing sort of convulse around you, and you are regurgitated back onto the deck. You can see bits of it are slightly on fire on the outside, singe marks as it regurgitated this slime and acid-covered Uno back onto the deck of the boat.
Hello.
And as the crew struggle to control things, Davina scrambles back up to her feet. And another column of fire descends from the sky and strikes the creature. And that brings us back around to Adair's turn.
So the serpent is still lying across the cracked open hull of the boat, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to target the soft underbelly for another strike of lightning.
Alright, so that's a dex save.
Yep.
Ooh, shit.
And it's a 15 DC.
It did not meet that. It did not meet that.
Unfortunately, my roll wasn't great, but that's 25 lightning damage.
Hey, that's not to be sniffed at.
And at this point, is there any space between the hole and the snake large enough for me to pass through?
Wait, from where you are below the deck?
I'm below decks, and you said it was cracked open, there was water coming in. I'm wondering how big the gap is. Is there enough room for me to make it through?
Oh yeah, you could get out past the snake there if that's what you're talking about, yeah.
Alright, I am going to run out, dive into the water, and wild shape into a hunter shark.
Remember, there is currently a whirlpool there.
That's okay. I'm hopefully not right into the whirlpool, because I thought you had it a little bit back towards his butt. Or whatever you have for his tail, yeah. So
it reaches to like here. I don't know if you can see the arrow.
Okay, so I would do my best to stay to the side of that and not go right into it. That's up to the DM. I've made my choice, foolish or not.
As you emerge from the crack in the boat, you can see this great sucking whirlpool, and you're able, there's a little bit of gap around the edge of it. But yes, you're able to get into the water. But if you do go any further, sort of backwards, you will essentially get drowned by Torvald.
Okay.
How big are hunter sharks?
Good question.
What size of shark are we on here?
They are large.
Hunter sharks.
Bigger shark. Alright, give me a sec and I will give you control of that shark.
Okay. And question, knowing how large the whirlpool is, but not being able to see it on the map as far as where the serpent goes, are there any parts of it that are exposed not inside the whirlpool that would be accessible?
Yes. Yeah, there's a bit where it's first coming up onto the boat. You can try and take a chunk out of it if you... or snuggle up to it, but... Alright. Is that everything, Adair?
That's it. That is it for me.
Okay. And Aldous. Up on deck, this thing has eaten and uneaten one of your team members.
Okay.
So,
I am going to take 2 steps forward, and then I am going to motion at the motion at the sea serpent and cast blight.
Ooh. Blight.
For this one, it is a con save of 15.
That is a success, but I think it will still take half damage, which for blight I think is not to be sniffed at.
No, well, let's see. Okay, so that's
8d8?
8d8. I don't have enough d8 to roll, so I'll use Roll20 to do that. Really quick.
Assuming you're casting it at level.
I don't have.
You've only got fourth. Yeah, you've only got fourth
I
level.
don't have a choice, so.
Yeah.
8d8. And that is half of 36 is 18?
Yes. Yes.
So that's 18 necrotic damage.
Not a happy serpent. It's just sucking moisture from it. You watch as like some of the barnacles just dry up and fall off. Scatter on the deck around it.
Okay. And then I take one step back.
And alright, on the end of your turn, I think it's time this serpent uses another of its legendary actions. As it rears forward and snatches for the dwarf, Orvid. And you hear a brief cut-off yelp as he disappears into its maw.
Dwarves
And
don't yelp.
okay.
Dwarf approved.
A manly dwarven cry of panic. Okay, let me just do some. Well, so I'm doing some rolling. Yeah, you see the jaws snap shut behind him, and Uno, it's your turn.
Cool. When I was spit back out, am I still good?
You're as good as you were before. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not like prone or anything, or.
Oh yeah, you are prone. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
But you can stand up.
Great. Standing up is an action.
Half your movement.
Half my movement. Oh, that's nice. Okay, no worries. Cool. Well, then I will go ahead and stand up. I just noticed the shark token. It's really good. I'll go ahead and stand up, and I will use my bonus action to invoke an amplified version of Blood Curse of the Marked. So I will take a die of damage, and now if I damage this serpent, it'll take double the Hemocraft die, and I also have advantage because I amplified it. So I take 5 hit points to do that, though.
Oh. You gotta be careful with that.
It's fine, it's fine. I love playing Blood Hunters. I love the risk. Great, and then she'll just go ahead and start. She invokes that Blood Curse, strikes against her hand again, and it just starts wailing on him. Both an initial slash like this, and then a second slash, kind of creating an X. And she's very angry that she's covered in grossness. So that'll be initially a nat 20 to hit. That'd be 27 total. So I crit.
Natural 20 will definitely hit.
Great. And then what?
Let's roll the dice. Double all the dice.
Oh, I only have 1d6 to roll. I need to roll so many. Okay. Let's see.
Hair in my mouth. Just keep rolling that d6.
That's fine.
Like a d6.
Well, I also get to. I remembered I'm great weapon, so I also get to re-roll 1s and 2s. So there's going to be a lot of rolling happening. Hold on, I'll keep track of the math.
Rolling. Torvald, you will be next. After Uno's, I think she's still got a second attack to go. So.
Oh yes, I do, and then I have something I'm doing after that slightly. Great, and then cool, and then great. This is really good. And good again. That's fine. Okay, so that's that initial damage, and then it's getting double the Hemocraft die.
Yes, yes.
Doubled it.
just exponentially increasing damage.
Cool. Let's see. so nice. Nice.
I'm on 10 seconds in. I was waiting. Like, come on.
Nice. And I know, I wish I was faster with math, but I'm not.
Oh, no. I'm hearing lots of nices.
It's good. We like nices.
We do like nices.
Unless
Let's
Tess is
see.
saying them, then we don't like nices.
Okay, and then cool. So damage total comes out to no math. Hold on.
200.
Drum roll, please.
Not that much. That'd be cool though. Okay, so 22 slashing and 22 fire damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 22 slashing, 20 fire damage. And then I'd also like to use my brand of castigation. Since I've injured it, I've now seared an arcane brand into it. I always know the direction that it's in, and anytime it attacks me or any creature within 5 feet of me, it takes a point of psychic damage.
Okay, so you know where to find it. It's there.
Cool. Cool. So that was basically 42 damage on that turn, and then I do get a second attack, so I'll roll on it.
Yeah. Alright, can you beat that?
No. Let's see. I think I do hit it though. It's let's see, that's a 19.
That will not hit.
A 19 won't hit?
No, a 19 will not hit. This thing's tough. It's
crazy. Okay, cool. Good information.
Dang.
All right. Well,
but
my turn then. Hope that was.
you can see this blackish blood oozing from like cuts and slashes on it now. It's definitely
Nice.
taken considerable damage at this
Lena
point.
has like a fire in her eyes at this point. She's very excited about what's happening. She doesn't usually fight things that aren't zombies, so this is really cool.
Torvald, can you best this as it looms down above you?
Torvald is gonna grab his hammer and just so you can see it ignite with this axe head that pops out of the front, and then he's going to motion like he's throwing it, but hold on to the hammer, and the axe is gonna fly at it as he casts spiritual weapon. So, and that would be an attack. Let's see how that goes. That's gonna be an 11.
An 11 will not hit, I'm afraid.
All right. The weapon is currently floating in the general vicinity. And then a bolt of lightning is going to be called down right next to the creature's head as his thunderous blast, and it tolls the dead. The wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Right?
That
That's right?
is a... Yeah, no, I was just checking what the wisdom on this thing was. That is a 14 total.
That will fail.
It did, however, succeed its saving throw to keep the dwarf down last turn.
Oh, there you go. That's going to be 12 necrotic.
Alright. 12 necrotic. Yeah, this thing's looking... Well, it's still definitely nowhere near death, but it's looking a bit less enthusiastic about this as a scenario. Like this is turning out to be a lot more hassle than it expected. Like this. Is that everything, Torvald?
That is everything, yes.
Alright. On the end of your turn. No, it hasn't got enough left for that. But it is its turn next.
Well, it's
So
still in the
it's-
vortex, right? So it has to make a strength saving throw.
Strength 18.
No, that'll pass. So it's going to take half damage. Right, that's half of 7.
Alright, half of 7. That is 3. And as it snarls, sort of snapping back and forth, you hear like a brief. Its jaws open. You hear a brief snatch of dwarvish from inside, and then it lunges down, and it's going for Chrysara this time. Chrysara. That is a 28 to hit. Don't kill me, Joe.
Can I use a reaction? Do I have a reaction if I start to get hit or attacked?
Do you have a reaction that's useful for that?
No.
Is there a lifeboat on this boat? Just curious. Just a passing thought.
Attack.
Don't forget that
we have an
what was
Adair.
it? Shortly after we woke up this morning, in the morning,
We can't breathe underwater, yeah.
you can breathe underwater.
Yes.
I assume
Yes.
that the serpent can also breathe and swim very fast underwater too, though. So
And yes, there is a lifeboat on this boat.
Now I've got my opportunity attack.
Unfortunately, you can't use that at this moment. But what you can do is give me a dexterity saving throw and see if you're going to get swallowed.
Wait, actually, if I get swallowed, that's not that bad. Okay, hold on.
Does she have advantage on that because she has the reflexes?
I believe. We'll say yes and check it. Oh, she can definitely see this coming. It's massive.
Okay, then yes. So 1,
Yes.
13. 13.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Chrysara. That is not enough. So you take 40 points of damage.
What kind of
Piercing damage. Piercing damage, so halved.
Yes. So
And you are swallowed. And now you find yourself in this dark, like, acidic space, the walls closing in around you. You can hear, no, oh gods, my legs.
because I have my maul, so I have 80 some odd feet of light. So he's gonna have like this glowing spot in his belly.
Yeah,
Bright light.
you can sort of see a slight glow emanating from this creature now, and a slight sizzling smell. Chrysara, you can see in the light of your maul's glow, the face of Ovid the dwarf, like pain and terror etched across it as the acid just eats the flesh from his bones, and you watch as it just sort of melts him. You watch.
I will
And he is
reach down and just sort of pick him up. So I got a dwarf in one hand and a maul in the other.
Yeah, you are not really standing. You are more enclosed within the inside of a serpent with acid close all around you. You can hear muffled sounds from outside, but you can't really hear very much what's going on. The captain, however, manages to finally hit. So you see a little chink of light as a rapier just jabs into this serpent, and as the rapier blade draws back, you watch this little almost fiery glow shine out from inside the serpent. There's a trickle of acid splatters onto the deck. But yeah, the captain landed a critical hit on the serpent.
Finally.
But Chrysara, at the start of your turn, I do need you to make me hang on. Do you get a saving throw on this? No, you don't. I was being really mean when I wrote that.
I'll take things you don't want to hear your DM say.
1, 2. Oh, this dice 3. What is wrong with this d6? 10, 13. You take 18 points of acid damage at the start of your turn, Chrysara. But then it is your turn.
Question: how far away from the creature's mouth am I?
You're approximately about 5 to 10 feet, depending on which end of the mouth you're talking about. 5
And
feet.
how much space is around me?
Not really much at all. Like, you're essentially grappled by the inside of this creature. But you can use
Does
your...
it have one of those little dangly things?
It does now.
Okay.
It's a girl sea serpent.
Not that dangly thing. Not the other one.
Those who
Okay.
got the joke from Monster House got the joke. Those who didn't are Chrisara.
Okay. That's because I'm formulating. Gears are turning.
Yeah, so you can try and use
So if I
strength to wrestle your way out, or you can try and hack your way out, or you can just chill.
So if I run and I grab a hold of the little dangly thing, can I swing out of its mouth?
You can try. I'm gonna say that is an acrobatics check. You're gonna have to pick the exact right moment when it opens its jaws enough to try and grab at something else. So this is more about dexterity and correct timing.
Okay. You sure it wouldn't be athletics?
If you're more just like wrestling your way out, sure, but you had to involve swinging.
So if I swing out like Tarzan, that's acrobatics.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna let's see what happens. Come on, let me do it.
It's worth a try. What did you roll? Oh, it's on the... Okay. So, I mean, even if that was athletics, I don't think that would have saved you.
Yeah, that would have, because I have a +7.
Okay, so you have this brilliant plan in mind. You grab hold, you swing... There's not really much swinging space inside here. Like, this is not a cave, this is a mouth. You swing forwards, your hands are off the wet, like, acidic interior of this serpent, and you sort of crash into the inside of its teeth and bounce back a little further into its jaw. Yeah, you're stuck in here for now. But you could... From the outside, Uno and... Actually, all of you apart from Adair from your vantage point see the creature kind of rear back, like jerk a little in alarm and like twist its head back and forth.
Don't worry, Kursara. We'll get you out of there.
Okay, I got this.
And it's going to use its legendary action. It rocks the boat another time. I'm going to need another dexterity saving throw from people, please. And for the ease of maths here, the DC is 18, or less than that, and you are knocked prone. Chrisara, you don't need to do this. Adair, you don't need to do this. You are in the sea. But yeah, you watch as the captain is sort of knocked down on his back. I hit it! I got it once. Goddamn monster. Who's still on their feet and who's down not on their feet?
Torvald's still Spider Dwarf, so.
Not on
Yes,
feet.
Torvald.
I am on my rear.
On the ground.
She both knocked back. As is Davina. In fact, she fell so badly she went flying another 5 feet backwards with a yelp. An abyssal yelp. But she does, from her sort of prone position, looking up at the sky, call down another column of fire onto the creature. Krasari, you feel this wash of heat, but not enough to cause you any damage. But there's definitely something going on out there as we come back round to Adair's turn.
Getting a view of this thing from outside the ship. How big around? What's the diameter of this serpent?
At its widest point, probably about 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to target an area 5 feet behind wherever the big glowy mark is that is Chrysara's Maul, and zap it with lightning again.
Okay. Lightning shark.
That's right. Can't have lasers, I'm gonna have lightning, damn it.
Lasers.
That is... What's its dex gone? An 18 on its dexterity.
Okay, well, that succeeds. So it's only gonna take half. That'll be 15 lightning.
Okay, then.
So close.
Hey.
Don't comment it failing any saves.
It did once. It did once.
It did once.
It has saved. It has failed, I think.
It's fit one thing up and then failed one other, maybe?
Maybe. But it has some others that it failed and then didn't fail. So.
And I would like to take my movement and I'm on the starboard side of the ship. Or on the port side, pardon me. I'd like to go under the ship to the starboard side and just see if there's anything else in the area under the water, like a kraken that you're hiding from us that we need to worry about.
Down the water, the darkness is storm-tossed waves. No krakens. Just a hideous sea monster and this like stormy sort of churning water, but
Cool.
no krakens for now. For now. And that brings us round to Aldous. This thing is starting to look actually fairly battered now.
Oh, good. I'm going to aim where I guess Uno did a lot of damage, and I'm going to gesture again and hit it with Blight again.
All right.
So a con save of 15.
That's right. I keep losing all my d20s onto the floor, and they're rolling off. That is a success on its constitution. Definitely. But
So that's 15 necrotic.
okay. But yeah, that is it's taken a hell of a lot of damage so far. You're doing pretty well against it. But yeah, you watch as more of the moisture sort of leached out of it. Cracks starting to form on the scales here and there. And yeah, its aggression seems slightly tempered now. And yeah, the crew are holding the ship steady. They've had a fairly good go of it. It hasn't had a chance to fully start trying to destroy the ship. It's been too busy with you lot. But it is going to use its legendary action to try and eat the captain. My captain is lucky. It rolled a natural 1. Like, I was like, there's no way, I don't think it can miss his AC here. It's like, he's not wearing armor, it's got an easy shot at it. But no. Yeah, the captain, flat on his back, this thing's jaw comes down and like just like an inch above him, it just closes and rears back up as he sort of scuttles back across the deck. Going, nope. Uno. It is your turn.
Cool. Less cool than last time. I'll just do a normal blood curse of the marks. That way I don't have to take any more damage. And I will go ahead and strike at it twice as I've done before. Kind of similar to Aldous, just trying to really beat into that same area. Is Crisara's still inside of it?
Yes, Crisara is still inside of it.
Okay. I'd like to specifically maybe I'll slash specifically at its mouth or like at its throat in a way to get it to like throw it up, loosen its grasp. So I'll focus actually there more so. So that blood curse is basically just I get an extra die of damage if I hit it. And let's see if I do that.
Let's see indeed.
Ooh, okay. 22 to hit.
That will hit. Yeah, that will hit. 22 will hit.
Okay. And so that'll be awesome. Okay. So that'll be 13 slashing damage and 5 fire damage.
All right.
Does it seem like it's gonna vomit at all?
Let's see how it does. And that, given that con save, is a failure on the serpent's behalf. And as you, it's like opened its nose, trying to like move out of the way, you clattering against its teeth, and just spits Crisara, still dripping in acid and gunk and bits of remains of dissolved dwarf.
Excellent. So
onto the deck.
We'll look over at Crisara and go, fun, isn't it? And then she'll go back to that area that she was at originally that Aldous is also focusing and slash at that one this time. And that'll be a not a hit.
Alright. Torvald.
Alright. Torvald is going to level his hammer at the serpent, and just this bolt of divine light is going to just shoot out at it as I cast guiding bolt at the first level.
Okay.
8. Or sorry, 10. Still not gonna.
I'm sorry. No.
And then as this bolt goes, the axe is going to try to chop at the area like below where everyone else is trying to hit, to try to where it's like weakest. And that will be an 18.
That will not hit. No.
No luck.
Is that everything, Torvald?
That is everything.
Okay. So as like you're all taking chunks out of it,
Has to make a
the creature makes a strength save. Yes. Ooh, I need to stop putting my dice down. And fails.
Alright, so it's
I believe that's a 12.
Yeah, that will definitely fail. It's gonna take 10 bludgeoning damage.
Roll a 2.
Nice.
Okay. 10 bludgeoning. Yeah.
And then it's also going to be pulled into the vortex. And now if it can use its action to try to get out of it, but it has disadvantage on the check to do so.
Okay. So you watch as this serpent goes back off the deck, and the boat sort of starts to right itself as the weight is lifted, and the captain starts calling commands of, "Get us away from it! Get us away! Take us around! Ilva, bring the boat around! Bring the boat around!" And as the serpent is just sort of sucked back, and the boat is sort of turning away, and sails going up to pull it to like try and ride the storm away from this thing, which is the serpent begins to be sucked down beneath the surface of the waves. And unless any of you have any dramatic objection to it, I'll say at this point we are out of initiative.
We're not gonna kill her.
I mean, I would have kept hitting it.
The serpent... The captain's like, "We're getting away from that thing."
That's fine.
Like, I'm not staying anywhere near it.
So at the moment, it is kind of stuck in that whirlpool that is still going.
Temporarily, yes.
And everybody else is kind of bypassing. I'm going to strike it with lightning again.
Okay.
After I see it get struck by lightning again, I'm gonna go for my Eldritch Blast.
Oh, we're keeping going on this. All right. You had a respite. You had a chance.
Seems like this boat needs a new captain.
I have a crossbow.
I mean, we're
I
just gonna,
have a longbow. Let's go.
Captain's moving out, but we can keep shooting. We got range. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's see. So yeah, you each essentially get a round in before it gets any kind of save against the vortex. So anyone with range. So I've got a dex save for the lightning, right?
Yes.
For now, it's just off the back of the boat, so you are still well
Still
within.
pretty close. Okay. But not.
So roll your lightning damage, Adair.
Okay. The dex is a 15 on that.
Yeah, that was it. It's halved, but
Okay.
Does
Then that'll be
18
8.
hit?
no, 18 does not hit.
Damn.
I'm gonna be honest now. The DC is 20 to hit.
I've
Basically.
got a 24 for my second longbow attack.
I didn't hit.
All right.
All right.
Roll me. Adair, what was your damage?
8 lightning.
Okay.
That
I rolled
is-
2 11s.
I missed twice with my crossbow, and Uno will just decide
So-
that it's done at
So,
that point.
so the bolts sail out into the storm.
Wisdom saving
10
throw for the
damage
Toll the
with
Dead.
my.
I mean, since it's stuck
Oh,
in the
wisdom
maelstrom,
save.
though, couldn't it have, like, disadvantage on that dexterity saving throw?
It's
Can't blame
not
me
going to
for
make a
trying.
whole lot of difference in the long run. But
Can't blame you for trying.
yes, wisdom saving throw with an 18.
Passes, and the axe missed as it gets sucked in. It just couldn't quite get to it. So.
Okay. So at this point, it gets a strength save against the maelstrom, right?
Yes, at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
At disadvantage, that is a 22.
Oh, jeez. Succeeds.
It succeeds.
Yep. So it
And
takes
then,
damage.
yeah, takes half damage.
So it's 6 bludgeoning that it takes. So I rolled a 12.
Explode. Alright. And but it washes its tail, flips up over the waves, and then descends down. It seems to be retreating. Uno, you know exactly where this thing is. Because you have your mark of what's it on it. And it is descending as it swims away from the maelstrom back down into the stormy depths of the ocean.
Alright. Uno 2 shots gave up and said, I'll go fix something, I guess. Actually, she'll immediately go address wherever Gavina is.
Yeah, and yeah, it seems to be retreating. From looking at it, like this thing was injured, but was a long way from death. It is for now decided that you're more trouble than you're worth. But that thing's definitely was had at least half its health.
We could have taken him.
Torvald's gonna hold his hammer out, and you just see the spiritual weapon just fly back at him as it merges with his hammer. And then he's gonna kind of, put it on the hook on his belt. Well, that went all right, I guess.
You could have all your. The captain sort of looked. You could have everything refunded. I'll refund your whole trip.
Where's the demon?
You saved us. Yeah, so you've still got a demon on board. The boat is still riding through this storm, trying to pull towards the shore. But I think we will, deal with the aftermath after a quick break. Alright, so the ship has holes in it, the storm is still raging, there's a demon on board, but the Serpent has retreated. So things are looking up. Both Uno and Chrysara are covered in interior of serpent gunk, and in Chrysara's case, the remains of Orvid the dwarf. yeah, water's sloshing back. The captain and the rest of the crew are like hurrying about, trying to stop the water from coming into the boat, keep the boat afloat, which leaves sort of you and the demon-infested Davina standing in the middle of the boat.
I am.
And Adair swimming around as a shark.
So I don't know anything about the demon, so I'm actually down below assisting with repairing the hole, fetching supplies and bringing it to them as needed.
Okay. Yeah, so you're down below with the Kenku axe, who is busy, sticking his boat back together.
Torvald is
the others are
attempt to help as well. He's going to be casting mending as much as possible to fix the small holes and put things together as you see these like lightning tendrils kind of stitch everything back together.
And yeah, that's definitely helping. Like, I can't remember if Eldest has mending as well or not. No. Yeah, so between you, like Eldest's manual help and your mending, you're and Axe seemingly directing you, but with some difficulty because as he talks, you hear snatches of the captain's voice, like, "Look lively there! Careful, mind where you're going. Have fun!" Demon.
Demon. We're fixing the boat. There's just demon.
So yeah, that leaves Uno and Kristara. What are you up to?
I'm all up in Davina's business.
What do you want?
Well, I've never really fixed anything in my life. I'm more of the destruction kind of person. And as far as I know, you have a demon attached to you, and kind of goes against my whole thing. So I'd like to sort that out.
Kill me and the girl dies too.
Oh, is there like a pact type thing going on? Do you have like some kind of vengeance scheme that you're on? What's your...
She belongs to me. She always has belonged to me.
Do you want a drink? It's garbage. Put a hand on her shoulder, and if Davina's not willing, I'll go ahead and intimidate. Hopefully with advantage because I have acid on my hands. I'll grab her shoulder and I'll kind of lead her to wherever the nearest table and alcohol is.
I mean, you are in a ship in the middle of a storm.
That's fine. Let's have a chat.
But the nearest, I would say down in the captain's cabin would be the nearest, like down here below the decks.
Doesn't she have special quarters?
Davina does have a room, yes. It's just
we can go there.
off the dining room.
I'll grab alcohol from wherever I grab alcohol from.
I think that's where you were staying last night as well, like it was.
Correct.
So yes, you descend down under the decks with a bottle.
Uno thought she was fun and cute until she realized there was a demon inside of her. So that's where we're at now. Cool. So
so it's always it's that way. Like, you think.
I'll go into like interrogation mode and ask for a full story. So if Kristara wanted to do anything, then we can take care of that first.
She'd definitely be cleaning herself off and getting all the gook and stuff off of her and her mole. And I'd probably try to help fix the ship so we don't drown.
Okay, so as everyone else is bustling around trying to keep this ship afloat and get it safely ashore, we'll focus first on Uno's interrogation. It's going down below decks.
Cool. So what's your deal? And Uno will just kind of sit on the bed, even though she's covered in grime, and just like open whatever the bottle is and start drinking from it.
I was brought here and given this body and bound within it and bound to her. I don't think they meant to do it. They didn't really seem very competent wizards.
Oh, so it was like one of those situations where she like invited you in somehow?
It was before she was born.
Oh. Okay. And what's your prerogative?
I don't really know rightly.
You're just kind of a deep inside a person.
I have
just kind of
tried to reach out to others of my kind, but Davina, it's only recently I've managed to influence her enough to get her to summon one of them, and it was decidedly useless. I'm hoping that there are more of my kin out there that have an understanding of what we're here for.
Okay. So let's focus on 2 points. First point, my whole kind of thing, I'm part of like this family. I don't really like undead. They kind of fucked up my village.
I am not undead.
Fiend, whatever. Demon.
There's a difference.
You're in the, I consider it kind of the same vein, you know?
We are decidedly not in the same vein. Undead are mortal things that just don't die. Immortal things.
There's
We
a lot of
are
people that are like apples to
fragments of the chaos itself.
apples to oranges.
Nothing the same.
Nothing alike. Apples and oranges are both fruit. I think that's a dumb saying. So
You call me Faye next.
sure. No, that's not. I mean, that's kind of not my thing. Regardless, I've never really dealt with a demon, but I assume that you kind of fall in that vein, which means I do have to kill you. Because it's kind of my whole thing to, like, get rid of undead and protect the greater good. Family. Fame.
Look. If you kill me, you kill her. So,
Okay.
you don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because she's a sweet, innocent human?
Okay.
Ish person?
Do you have plans on killing anyone? Or do you think you may in the future?
I told you I have no plans. I merely will act according to my nature.
Okay, and so, yeah, so that's the funny thing, right? Is as far as I'm aware, your nature is not good, which means you might kill people, which means I'm willing to walk that
You've killed people, right?
Me?
Yes.
I kill people only in the name of what I feel is right based on my moral compass. Not
Maybe
the physical
you
one, but like
need to recalibrate it.
Oh.
Look. Let's just say I helped you up there in that fight.
Did you?
Yes.
When? What'd you do?
Did you not see the giant column of fire?
That was you.
That was me.
That was splendid. Okay.
See? I helped you.
Now, I do have, so, are you Davina? Is it like a thing where you switch off? Like, what's...
I am... I
suppose
I share this flesh suit with, well, the other Davina, the less useful Davina.
And there's not a way to separate you two? As far as you know, at least?
We are... not as far as I know.
Okay, insight check.
Go for it.
Did you? $15.
As far as you can tell, it's this creature seems to be being truthful as far as you can tell. It's hard to get a read on it. But
That's fair.
look, let's not make this into a fight. How about I go away for now, leave you with the other Davina, and then you can tell your friends you've dealt with the demon problem for now. How about that?
We can put a pin in it, I suppose.
Yes.
I will want to get back to it, though, if it seems like it's going to be a problem. Like I said, you're kind of in a gray area. Undead demons, so we'll find out. and I'll go ahead and pass the ball.
Till we meet again.
Yeah.
And she takes a look. Am I still drunk?
Is it Davina?
Yeah. There was... God, I must have drank so much last night. Wait, what did your friend, the dwarf, he did something? Stuck his hand on me, and then
Yes.
now I'm here? Did he teleport me?
No, I think he just kind of made you want to sleep for a little bit, so I made sure consensually that I got you to your room.
Okay. Did I miss anything important?
There's a giant hole in the ship, but it's being taken care of.
Did I do it? Oh god, I didn't make anyone punch a hole in the ship, did I?
No, you actually helped. You're wonderful. You're great. In fact, I was just telling you how wonderful you are, and you were also telling me how wonderful I was. That's what we were going to love, actually.
And she blushes a little, like...
Excellent.
Right, hole in the ship. I might be able to help with that. I know a little spell that helps mental health.
Oh, you know how to... Okay. Okay, I don't really know how that...
I am a wizard.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, sure, we can go help, I guess. Just know that I'm really enjoying getting to know you, and I'd like to continue to get to know you and stick by your side for the entire rest of the voyage, if that's okay.
Sure. She seems a little... I'm not sure that the word is, daunted, but...
Very good.
You go on a date with someone and like, so, what should we call our first children?
Also, the slime on me is just my radiant glow. It is not acidic saliva. Don't get that twisted. Let's go fix the ship.
It's a very specific denial.
Uno will go ahead and walk with her and join everyone else in fixing the ship.
So yeah, everyone's rushing back and forth fixing this ship, and Uno returns with Davina, who hurries off to start making repairs. And yeah, between bailing and mending and piling up, trying to pile up sandbags, the boat isn't going down, and it manages to limp its way into shore. And as the sun is starting to go down, the storm is abating now as the boat draws into shore, and the captain sort of draws everyone up on deck and goes, right, we're going to pull into safe harbour in this cove here and try and, in the morning, there'll be some more permanent repairs we'll need to make before we sail onwards. I'm not sure exactly where we are. I need to consult the charts. We'll check. I don't think we got blown that far north, so we shouldn't face too much difficulty. We shouldn't be that far from the castle, but I suggest we post a watch, get a good night's rest, and hope that serpent stays wherever it went. And as I said, I and the rest of the crew that remains are very grateful for you, and we will, once we've finished repairs, hold an appropriate ceremony to say farewell to Orvid and Gwyn. They've been with us a long time, and though the Stormbringer takes us all in the end, that was a little more direct than I was hoping it would be. Heard tales of sea serpents, never seen one before, and hope to never ever see one again. But, well, yeah, I'll post. Eric, Harkin, you're on first watch. Everyone else, get some rest.
You can't complain with that one. Torvald.
Okay. Yeah, so you're drawn up in this cove. Storm is still raining slightly, but most of the storm has blown over, and the captain is happy to post his own crew for watch, but if any of you want to volunteer to take a watch that night, you may. Adair, yes?
Yes. I will.
Torvald to do a watch too.
Okay. Any preference of which of you would like to go first?
Torvald will go when it's darker. That's
Okay.
the difference.
So Adair, you take a watch. Eric is also on watch and sort of sidle up. And, well, unless you avoid him or sidle away, we'll start to try and tell you about another story he heard about a sea serpent.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. Please,
Yeah, that one we saw there, that was nothing. My grandfather, he knew a man that saw a serpent, 3 times the size of that easily. A monstrous thing. That one must have just been a baby. But they say he used to sail the route out towards the Sunset Islands, and there's all sorts of horrible serpents if you sail out that way. Not that there's any point going to Sunset Islands. There's nothing worth going there for.
So he saw it. Was it like at a distance, or did it attack the ship? I mean, I feel like details are.
Oh,
missing
he saw it swallowing another ship. So it was a cold and dark and stormy night.
Were there any survivors?
Oh well, they always say there was one. One man survived, washed ashore with a chest of gold. So for some reason, when I tell stories, this happens to my voice. I don't know. But yes, time passes, and as you're focused on, on Eric's story, you're not paying full attention to your surroundings.
Of course, because if I did, I wouldn't see anything. See, I know what I'm doing.
So as sort of out of the corner of your eye, sort of in the night, you catch light further along the shore. You can see the light of a fire burning. Looks to be a bonfire in sort of size.
Okay.
Or a very large campfire. Looks to be about a mile further up the shore, probably.
Okay.
So off in the distance. Eric doesn't seem to have noticed it as he carries on regaling you with the tale.
All right.
But other than that, the night seems fairly peaceful. Storm has sort of blown off on the horizon. You can see occasionally off in the distance a crack of lightning, but it's no longer directly above you. And so, unless,
I was gonna say at end of watch, I would wake Torvald and tell him about the campfire that seemed to have cropped up and pointed out to him.
You seem to come across a lot of campfires in the middle of the night.
And they usually don't bring good things, so, I just thought you might want to know.
I'll keep an eye out.
Maybe 2.
Have a good rest. Torvald will go and begin his watch.
Alright. So I think for you it's you don't have any particular bonuses to not taking a watch, so roll me a perception check, but I will take your passive perception as a baseline here because you so the deal of watching and not watching, it still seems such a
Well, I rolled a 13, and my passive is 18.
Okay, so as you're squinting your eyes in the direction that Dare was pointing out, you can't really, you don't have his like eagle-like vision. You can't really tell if that's a campfire or just like a flicker of a reflection of something.
Everything's black and white for some reason.
Yeah, it's just so hard to tell at night. But as you're doing that, you hear a snatch of music carried on the wind. A brief snatch of someone humming rather tunelessly. Just a brief snatch carried on the wind.
We are on shore, right? We're not moving.
Yes. Yeah, no, you are drawn up in a cove just off the...
Can I tell which direction it's going?
It seems to be coming from the direction that Adair suggested there might be a fire.
Okay. I will just stay alert and kind of train my eyes that way.
Okay. Other than that, the night passes peacefully. And by the time morning has rolled around, the storm is definitely over and the sky is hazy, but it's like hazy, but there's not rain or anything. It's looks like it's going to brighten up to be a fairly nice day. Right. The captain sort of starts rousing the crew and sends some ashore to start gathering wood and make supplies, and says, if it's all right with everyone, we're going to spend a day here just fixing everything up, making everything shipshape before we head on over, continue our journey. I think, looking at my charts, we had less than a day's sail from the harbour, from the Giant's harbour, but I'd rather not sail with a leaky ship. So if it's all right with everyone, we've got some repairs to make. Lend a hand if you're able, but you have more than proved your usefulness. So I'd rather have less hands who actually know how to fix the ship than amateurs who really, really want to join in. I don't want any bodge jobs here. Okay.
All I can do is fetch and run.
Well, take a day off. Yeah, it could always do some people to help gather some wood from the shore, that sort of thing. But yeah, we'll spend a day fixing the ship, and then in the evening we'll have a bit of a toast to Gwyn and Orvid. May they rest in the deeps. Or I can't remember what your people believe. There's some feasting involved, isn't there, after death? And always sounds quite hectic.
Aye, feasting and telling tales.
Well, Eric would fit right in.
Well, let's not hope he gets there anytime soon.
Yes. I truly hope not. Diane, get down off there. It's not... I mean, Leaf, I've renamed you. What's the name of the NPC before? It's very confusing. We had another ship's boy. We don't talk about him.
I guess we'll go to shore. I heard some singing during the night, and I'd like to check it out.
Oh, be careful. Like, if there's one thing I know as a sailor, is mysterious singing on shores. It's usually a terrible sign. Here, hang on. He rummages around his bag and offers you a lump of beeswax.
Are you trying to tell me it's none of my beeswax?
I'm trying to tell you, mysterious singing, the best thing you do is plug your ears up. It's never good news.
Torvald will distribute the beeswax.
So, yeah. Yes, everyone got a long rest. But, yeah, so The crew are repairing the boat. I see Torvald has plans to go ashore. Is anyone going with him?
They said we could gather wood from the shore.
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, they've got a day for repairs. The professionals are focused on repairing the ship. You've got time to spare if you want to.
What type of
Anything else?
land are we?
So you can see the coast you've landed on. There's this. The boat's drawn up into this rocky cove, and you can see it's a slight headland, and the shore continues further on up to where a slight headland where Adair saw the light of a fire. There's cliffs rising up from this stony beach, and you see the sea caves dotted along them, and quite a lot of gulls sort of perched upon these jagged rocks and sort of scrubby-looking trees. It looks kind of rugged. No sandy beaches or anything. This is rocky shore, rock pools, jagged headlands.
What is the goal for the feast? Do we need to maybe like hunt or anything? Fish?
We could probably hunt and fish, and I've still got my hand axe, so I can go and get the wood. That's fine.
Aldous, why don't you do the breathing thingy, just in case?
That's right. Okay, so I'm going to do the water breathing ritual for you know us, just to make sure we don't drown on land. You're muted.
It's always a good idea. Land drowning, it's a terrible risk, but also you are on the coast still.
Yeah.
You
Alright,
have
so
to get to the coast.
Yeah, so I guess
It's a boat.
I imagine the water breathing ritual is us just like in a circle. Be the fish. We the fish. Like all fish.
It can be now.
I would probably do some chanting along that lines while I use the what is it? The piece of straw. I can like take some and like draw in the back of your ear or something, like a fish, and do that to, I don't know, help us all breathe. There you go.
Helping you breathe is a very good.
It washes off by the time the next morning comes in, so.
Alright, so yeah, you no longer have to fear drowning. That's one less worry on your list. Yeah, so you make your way over onto the shore. Yeah, there's patches of scrub, a few scattered trees, this rocky shore, and various sea caves. Some of you said you were interested in hunting. What is the general goal here of this shore expedition? What we're trying to do?
Gonna be a little exploration. Try to gather some wood and potentially some meat if we can find anything.
Okay. So whoever's taking the lead on the hunting, make me a survival check, please. I don't know if any of you are.
Boar hunt. I gotcha on that. I don't really know how good my survival is, but
enthusiasm helps.
I would imagine Torvald or Adair would take the lead on that one.
Uno has enthusiasm. She
I have enthusiasm and advantage.
But you can have.
So.
Oh, okay.
I'll take care of
hunter.
If you guys are hunting, I'm going to suggest I'm going to go upstream and investigate where the fire was.
Okay.
Anybody wants to go do that?
I can go with. I'm keeping eyes on some trees that would be good to restock some of the, timber on board, marking them with my hand axe as we go past so that we can cut them down as we come back.
Excellent. Cool.
Okay, so Adair and Elders are heading northwards along the shore. Uno, what did you get for your survival check?
I got an unnatural 20.
Alright, so Uno, you think you've got the trail of... Probably does look actually like probably some wild boar that's headed
Nice.
up into the tree line, and sort of up into the scrub, so sort of slightly to the south along the shore. You've got their trail.
Cool. Is anyone joining me, or is it just me?
Krasar would go with you.
Nice.
Torvald will follow Adair towards the fire.
Okay, so Adair, Elders, and Torvald head north, and Krasara and Uno head south. The party sort of splits off along the shore.
That's a good idea.
Always a good plan. Always a good plan.
Uno and Krasara, you find yourself sort of following this essentially animal track up through the woods, further up from the shore. Actually doing this, I'd like a perception check from both of you, please, as you're making your way following this track to the woods.
I'm very focused on boar.
You're very focused on...
Boar for
You can
the boar.
almost smell it now. It must be close. Must be close. Yeah.
That's a 9.
Dinner is a very prompt, like... Last night all you got was a salad. Like tonight... Actually, that was the night before last. All you got was a salad. Last night, probably got some dry bread. Everyone's
Serpent.
finished.
Yeah.
You got eaten last night rather than
Not
getting to eat
sushi
anything.
like you were hoping for, yeah.
So yeah, you're following this trail. You deeper into the woods, and you hear the kind of the snuffle and scuffle of something moving in the undergrowth.
Sorry, do you want to go for it?
I will.
Up to you. I'm just giving the offer. I like the hunt more than the kill.
I prefer the eating.
Oh, I like that part a lot too.
Fill it with your flame ball, then you can cook it at the same time.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Minecraft rules.
That's true.
Ready cooked. Yeah, so as you see the snuffle as a movement in the undergrowth and glimpse of the face and the eyes of this very large boar looks back at you.
How close is it?
Within 30 feet, you can close the distance. It sort of pauses for that brief moment, trying to decide whether it's going to flee or fight.
Okay. Then I will. Krasar, just absolutely starving, would just jump up with her maul and go whack right over the head.
All right. I'm going to ask you to roll me an attack here.
Oh, 19 to hit.
Okay, yeah. That hits. And what is the damage on that?
Bludgeoning damage?
This thing's not dead yet,
Oh, that's
but it sure is angry.
Hold on, dinner.
Hey, don't... I know nothing about real wild boar, okay? Don't bring actual facts into this. I see you there.
I have 2 attacks, so do I get to attack twice?
Oh yeah, you get to attack twice.
13 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. It's not that it's wearing armor, it's more that this thing is bloody tough. And even though you're gonna get a chance... 14 more? Okay, this Still not dead yet. Uno, you've got a chance to get into it before you see it's about to go for Krasara, and
Sure. That's a 17 to hit.
that'll hit.
Cool.
I say between the two of you, I think you can make short work of this, but
Certainly hope so. Let's
so
see.
you come back.
That was 13 damage, and then I can hit again.
It's almost down.
Nice. Okay, so that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah. Between the two of you, just pile on this thing.
That's 10.
You hear a squeal as like the maul and sword.
Great
It's a sword. Maul and great sword. It's a little tenderized, perhaps.
That's fine.
Like, it's not the cleanest bit of butchery ever witnessed. But yeah, you've got yourself a large boar to look for dinner.
Excellent. This is great. She'll go ahead and pick it up and hoist it over her shoulder.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be a pair of you job. Like, this is a 2-person carry job. This thing is big.
Big boy. Okay, awesome.
yeah,
Before we carry it back, I'd probably do kind of a cursory around the area, see if there's any herbs or wild vegetables or anything that would be worth bringing back as well.
All right, make me another survival check. Let's see if we can season.
See, that was not great. Advantage and survival, which is fun. 15.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff. Yeah, that would go. Oh, those greens. I mean, it is. There's not much because it's winter, so there's only a few shoots poking up beneath through the ground.
Kind of tubers and stuff. Okay, yeah, whatever roots and stuff that I can bring just for seasoning or extra vegetables, and then I'll stuff that into like a little pouch and help Krasara carry the board unless Krasara wanted to do anything else in the area. Cool.
All right.
It's nice to have a hunting partner. This is fun.
Meanwhile, exploratory party heading up along the shore. Yeah, the tide's out far enough that it's not difficult to make your way along this rocky shore. You can see, when you've got essentially it is stone with dips for rock pools and small like areas where some not quite sand but gravel has caught up, but it's mostly just rocks. And as you make your way up the shore towards where you saw the fire before, you hear a scuttle of something on the rocks ahead. And you see sort of running across the rocks, sort of running like perpendicular to you across your path, is this strange crustacean-y looking creature with 2 big pincers and a mouth full of wiggling tentacles. Just across your path.
How big is it?
It looks to be about 8 foot long. It's past you, heads up into one of the caves.
Does it look happy or does it look like crabby?
It looks crabby, but more lobster-like in shape.
With
Well, is that one of your
tentacles at
relatives?
its nose.
Yes.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I just saw the beard and the crabbiness and the cave. So
I'm gonna forget you said that.
well, I could say it again.
Well,
And
I
there
can
you
forget again.
Yeah. I dare you hear an occasional bit more scrabbling up from some of the sea caves as you pass. You get the idea that there's other things living up in them.
Seems perfectly natural to me. No issues.
Alright.
We'll just continue on.
Alright, as you continue on, you get up towards this slight headland where you can see, first of all, the first thing you see is, you can see the remains of a fire built up on a rock. There's clearly a deliberately built fire. There's a big ring of stones, and big stones. Like each one of these is about the size of Torvald.
Wow.
And then the remains of a fire inside them. And a little further back, you can see another of these sea caves, and you can see that this one has sort of hung across the entrance of it. You can see this rope. You can see this this rope with large conch-like shells hung off it, and more sort of pebbles with holes in them. You think they're pebbles at first, and then as you draw nearer, you see each of these pebbles is like the size of someone's head. This is a very large sea-themed decoration that's been strung across the entrance of this cave. And you can hear the sound drifting out from the cave of like someone moving around in there. Someone large moving around. You hear a kind of thud, thud, thud of footsteps.
Torvald's not going to say anything. He's just going to look at Adair and just like...
Adair's going to look at Torvald and... And let's see. I'm gonna look around the area. I want to look and see if I spot any footprints or anything that would give me an idea of what it possibly could be, even though we're in a stony area. If there's this much silt and water and stuff, I'm hoping there might be some kind of a track, so I don't have to throw Torvald into the cave to find out what's in there.
Make me either survival or perception. I'll let you choose here. As you're looking for tracks. Yeah, as I said, most of it is rock, so there's not a whole lot of...
I'll do a survival, and that's a 14. Oh,
yeah. It's rocky here. You can... Yeah, you can't see any footprints. You can see the obvious signs that someone or something has, moved rocks around. There's clearly a deliberate pile of driftwood and broken timbers beside this fire pit. Some you recognise as being bits of your boat. Yeah.
I'm going to approach the cave while staying, I'll put it, good running distance away from the entrance. And in Giant, I am going to shout out a greeting. Hello in there!
Okay, what kind of... Yeah, I was going to say, what kind of greeting are we going for?
Very simply, in Giant, hello in there.
There's a brief pause and then a thud, thud, thud of footsteps. And you watch as out of the gloom of the cave, a woman appears. And she is about... you'd say over 20 foot tall. Stoops a bit in the cave entrance. And she's got this almost like bluish grey coloured skin and white hair that's pulled back into a long braid. And you can see that her face is marked with these tattoo markings down one side of her face. And she leans down to exit the cave and looks down and says in Giant, "Hello, little man."
Hello, great woman. we
Hello,
were traveling.
Nice.
We're traveling by ship, and we've. Can you tell us whereabouts we are?
Well, you're here on my doorstep. I don't really know what people call this place. I call it my house. You were in that ship that the Serpent got last night.
Well, it got a fair part of it, but I'd say we got pretty even on it as well.
Ah, that's good. I didn't really see what was going on, but I heard that one of the serpents had found prey.
I got a couple of our crewmates, but we chased it off.
Ah, very impressive. Very impressive. They, vicious little buggers, those things are. Oh, quite big, really, but,
Pardon my rudeness. I am Adair Treeborn of Isfjell. That's right, damn it. I say it, a thunderstorm.
Excuse that. Stone giants throwing rocks again up in the hills. They've been doing it the last 3 weeks. You'd think they'd be bored of it by now, but no. Still throwing rocks. I'm Ran.
Ran, allow me to introduce Torvald and Aldous.
Pleasure to meet you, young lady.
I don't think she speaks giant, but the two of us.
I do speak common. It's been a while, but rude neighbours. And she switches into common. My common's a little rusty. I don't get many visitors. It's been at least a decade or so since any little people came by for a chat. But
Well, do you speak much to your neighbors? We understand there's supposed to be a council or something around here.
oh, and you see a look of slight annoyance flit across her face. She goes, "We're not on talking terms anymore."
Oh,
What did they do to you?
It's complicated. Well, not that complicated, really. I lost a bet to them. It was unfortunate. One should learn better than gambling with the cloud giants. But yeah, their castle's about 2 days up that way. At your pace. It's about half a day, really, if you got long legs like me. But, yes, I lost a bet to them, and things got a little bit heated, and I was told not to come back to their castle.
Oh, that seems a shame.
May have kicked one of their goats off a mountain.
Well, I'm sure it deserved it.
Little ankle-biting things. And the stone giants are just as bad with their rock throwing. I mean, they say the world's a dream, but that's no excuse to go throwing rocks at everything. Now, did you come by for breakfast?
Well, that wasn't our goal. We came to look for anything we can use to repair our ship, and we saw the campfire out here, so we figured someone might be in trouble or something. So.
Oh, no trouble. Just my cave.
Well, it appears you have a few pieces of our ship. Do you mind if we take them?
Oh, no, have them back. They just washed up, so I thought, waste not, want not, and what the sea gives, we always take gratefully. But,
Well, you mentioned that you heard that one of the serpents had gotten a ship. I'm curious, who did you hear that from?
Oh, I heard it from a passing porpoise.
Oh.
They were right gossips.
and I'm going to switch to Druidic and say, so you speak with the animals.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
And then I will switch to Giant and go, oh, so you can talk to the animals.
Oh, only those that live in the sea. I've not really had anyone else to chat to but them, so... I've, as I said, that pretty good conversationalists. Hey, little girls. Have a seat, you look tired. You must have walked a long way. It's a long way on the shore with your little legs. Here, have a seat. And she sort of points eldest towards one of her boulders.
Is anybody else sitting?
Not yet.
Does she seem genuine in offering?
Make me an insight check, if you like.
$16?
She seems very friendly and genuine.
All right, I will take a seat, not too close to her, like one of the more comfortable boulders that look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you're here to visit the Cloud Giants? Is that what you said?
No, we're on a journey and that's one of our stops, yes.
Well, as I said, just don't get into any bets with them. They're tricksy bastards.
I will keep that in mind. I truly wish you could have met us sooner. We had an associate with us who would have been great to chat with for days on end. I don't know that I'm as great a conversationalist, but I'd like to sit and chat for a while.
I've always got plenty of time. Here, let me go put some tea on. And I've got a bit of fish left over from last night. Hang on, you hear the thud as she disappears back into her cave.
I always get nervous when the giants invite us for dinner or breakfast, so... At least this time I don't think we're invited to be breakfast, so that's a good sign.
And Torvald will take out the map that was like annotated, just to kind of just double check and see if there was anything that they said to avoid doing. Your B wands. Strangely typed instead of handwritten.
It's amazing how that happens.
Someone invented a typewriter.
The gods have typewriters. You know that.
Not seeing anything useful about the giants here. He'll put it away.
No.
Can we ascertain roughly where we are from looking along the shoreline, where we are, and make a guess where on this map where we actually may be?
Well, she said you were 2 days from the Cloud Giants and sort of pointed both inland and northwards. So you reckon you're somewhere around here. You know from experience that this map is not entirely to scale.
Okay. I am going to say, excuse me for a moment. I'll be right back, and I'm going to walk. I assume there are some kind of woods or something nearby, since I see trees and...
Yes, there is. The woods are a bit further back down south along the shore, which is where Uno and Crisara went hunting boar.
Okay. I would like to cast Locate Object, and I am looking for anything that is... Since I've seen pieces of the wand, I'm wanting to see if there are any other pieces of the wand.
Okay. So what's the range on Locate Object?
1,000 feet.
So you don't... You get a strong sense of Aldous?
Okay.
Actually, no, I think it's in the bag of holding, isn't it? So actually, no, you don't get. any sense of it
bag
at
of
all.
withholding, but the bag of withholding is with me.
Yes, but it's technically in another dimension at once. So yeah, you don't get any sense of it being within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay.
Good thinking.
Alright.
Ran comes back out and later she's got like so loud. Here, they might be a bit big, and she hands you like, I found my littlest cups.
Thank you.
And she hands you each like a massive like basin. Like sort of a large wash basin full of some form of tea, hot tea.
I'm not sure I can drink 5 gallons of tea, but
Oh,
thank
you don't have to drink it all. I don't have anything smaller. I had some little cups a while back, but I can't remember where I put them. Here, would you like a little bit of fish? She hands you like a large chunk of some enormous fish.
is it
Thank
cooked?
you. We can
Yes.
share this piece.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forget what little appetites you little people have.
Aye. Now, you said that you pick up stuff that washes up from the sea. Have you found
Oh,
anything
yes.
interesting you might be willing to part with?
Well, I've got some lovely rocks and some lovely shells. And, some nice bits of shiny gold and stuff that I like to keep to decorate the place.
Nothing that'd be useful for adventurers like us.
Well, if you're asking for my shells, look, you can find your own. There's plenty along the shore.
Well, I figured.
But I'm not a hoarder of magic in the way the cloud giants are. Simple things has always been the way. I had but one treasure, and that's gone now, but
Did you gamble it away for the cloud giants?
I did, yes. Let's try not to bring it up. It was quite a sore spot. Just,
Well, what was
if they ask you to lift their cat, just say no, it's a trick.
What was it that you gambled away, if I might ask?
No, just an old family heirloom. Bit of a broken wand. Sentimental
Right.
value. My parents gave it to me, but yeah. If you're after treasures and stuff, the cloud giants, they're hoarders. All sorts of things locked up away in their fortress.
You usually have to gamble to get it, or they just sell things to you.
Oh, they don't like giving away their collection, but they do like bets. So if you've got something to put up against something they've got, and you think you can win a bet against them, that's the best way of getting stuff off the cloud giants. But, yeah, they don't like parting with stuff that's part of their collection. They don't take kindly to thieves.
Well, naturally.
But, look, do you want a hand taking this stuff back down to your boat?
That would be lovely.
'Cause it looks a
If
bit
you do
heavy
not
for you.
mind.
Oh, no, it's no trouble at all. It's not far.
I'm going to set the piece of fish that I took out of Torvald's hand, I guess. I'm going to start digging into one of my pouches, not the bag of withholding, and I'm going to pull out my non-magical mirror that I bought from the Seller of Things.
Yes.
That's not a communicative device, and I'm going to take out some.
No, it's just a perfectly ordinary mirror you bought from a mysterious trader in the Feywild.
As far as I could tell. So I'm gonna take some, thinner rope or any of the yarn that I have on me, and I'm going to wrap it and tie it so that it's shiny and whatever, and then I'm gonna turn it into like a little bit of a bracelet or something for her.
Huh.
Guessing at about how big her hand is.
It's like...
I make quick work of it. I've got my weaving stuff and all of that. So,
Oh, that's very pretty.
but you can have it.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I've not got anything much to give you. Let me see.
You're helping us. So here, this is to thank you. And I'll tie it around her wrist, so it's like a little bit of a shiny, dangly charm on a.
Well, thank you. I've not had a present in a long while. Not in a long while. Well, are you done with the tea? I think I might have given you a little bit too much.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it.
It's okay. As I said, not been a long while since I've had guests. Right, and she picks up this large timber, just, like, sticks it in her pocket. Come along, let's go take a look at your ship. As I said, the porpoise said it was quite a nice one. But
Well, it's not ours, but it's a fine ship.
well, one sec. And she starts walking back along the shore towards your boat, as she just needs to sort out her headphones.
Naturally.
I guess we follow. I follow. I'm looking for Adair as we walk. I guess past where he went.
Fixed.
I'll make my way back into camp, or her camp, before you guys leave. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna be gone long enough to do that.
Alright, so are you slipping back into the giants?
Yeah, I'll just come walking back in from the woods.
We're heading back to the ship there.
Good, good.
She's gonna help us carry the bits of ship with us.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's no trouble. No trouble at all. Come along, little people. Keep up. And
She was
mind the
talking to you,
children.
Torvald.
Oh, but you're all little people. From where
Well,
I
some
am.
are more little than others, but yes.
Hey, a person's a person, no matter how small.
Very well put, little man.
I'm not a man, I'm a dwarf.
Well, very well put, little dwarf, then. And as you make your way back down the shore, Uno and Cressara, you emerge from the trees carrying your large boar that you've managed to catch. Having had a successful hunting trip, as you sort of leave the tree line, you can see the ship out in the cove. You can also see a strange group of figures coming along the shore. You can see Adair and Aldous and Torvald, but looming above them, you can see this huge giant lady with grey bluish skin and this braid of white hair, carrying an armful of bits of broken ship.
She's not wearing green, is she? I just want to be prepared.
No, she's
Okay. Oof.
she's wearing this sort of dress that seems to be made of essentially sailcloth and canvas, like patched together, stitched together to make this sort of tunic-like dress that she's belted with a large piece of rope, which has like these sort of like pocket, as in hanging pockets, like outside pockets hanging off on either side. And she looks towards Uno and Cressara and then says, she's talking common now, down to the others, Are they with you?
Aye, they are.
Looks like they got one of the pigs, that's And neither of them been gored to death. That's quite a surprise for little folk. Usually the pigs win.
Well, we did just fight that giant sea serpent and won, so
Well,
war's not too much for us.
I heard it was more of a draw, to be honest.
Well,
It
we
ran
chased
away.
it off. Aye.
A decent draw. Hello. Oh, sorry, almost dropped that stuff. Forgot I was carrying it. Greetings.
Hi. Chrisara, is this normal? Our friends always go off and find blue people?
Yes. This, seems to happen quite often, though they're not usually this tall.
I don't really like there being other tall, intimidating women in my space. It kind of throws off the whole thing.
You don't mind me being around?
We don't need to unpack that. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
There can be only one alpha female.
Well, are you gonna say hi,
Oh.
or are you just gonna stand there?
well met.
Well met. Your friends were telling me about how you almost beat a sea serpent.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we did beat that sea serpent. It ran away. So we won.
Well, for a given value of winning, yes, but I'm Ran, by the way.
Nice to meet you. Uno? That's my name.
Oh no.
Chrisara.
Well, a pleasure to meet you, and that must be the boat out there. I'll wade out and drop these off in a sec. I'll do it now. I'll be back in a moment.
Oh, well, we're taking this boar back to the ship as well.
Would you like me to take it over whilst I'm going? It's no bother.
There's a joy in carrying
Oh,
your own hunt back to the table.
fair enough. I'm not much of a hunter myself.
How far out is the ship from the shore?
It's probably 100 meters.
Okay. Torvald's going to take a deep breath, and in this booming voice that he casts out about 60 feet, he's going to say,
The giant's with us, dropping off bits of the ship. Please don't hurt her.
And you see the captain sort of wave back from the distance. Give like an exaggerated thumbs up.
There, that should help.
Alright, well, I'll be back in a moment. And she just strides into the water.
Well, she's something, isn't she?
Adair's just going to be staring as she walks out to the boat.
Adair,
Yes, Torvald.
you alright?
Just following my suspicious nature.
Ah,
I'm sure everything's fine.
I thought you'd fancied her.
I'm spoken for, Torvald, but thank you.
Well, doesn't mean you can't admire the merchandise. Am I right?
No, it doesn't. And then laugh. Yeah. It's fine. I'm just I'm sure everything's fine. I'm just, I'm hoping she doesn't turn around and decide, we're all bite-sized chunks or something. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat dwarves and humans and things like that.
Well, we didn't look inside her cave, so that's hard to say. But we do now know that she was in possession of what we're looking for, and that it is confirmed that that it is now with the Cloud Giants.
Aye, and they're not going to part with it easily, so we've
No.
got our work cut out for us.
And they don't like thieves. They don't give things away, but they like gambling.
Aye, so we're going to have to try our luck. We need a blessing from Lady Luck, and, well, one of those times you wish Ira was here, you know.
Well, let me just point out that what she brought you to eat was fish, and she speaks to sea creatures. If that doesn't seem a little odd to you, you know.
Are you saying she's a fish?
I mean,
Have I ever seen Adair eat meat? Like,
Oh,
or-
absolutely.
well, you talk to the animals and you eat them too, so I don't want to hear a thing from you. You hypocrite. Right?
Right, like I said, I'm just a bit overcautious, I suppose.
Well,
I just think the conversations might be a little short-lived, and you wouldn't exactly be getting your gossip from the porpoises if you have a tendency to eat them. I tend not to eat creatures in front of the creatures I wish to speak with, so...
well, I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat the one she talks to. Probably the fish that she can't hold a conversation. They got memories of like 3 seconds or something. They're not very smart.
So yeah, Ran comes a few minutes later, striding back to shore. Your friends are very nervous people.
Well, they did just get attacked. So, you can see why they might be a little nervous.
Well, I can. So, is there anything else I can do to help? Any...
You've done so much already. We appreciate it, and is there any way we can repay you?
Well, you've given me this lovely sparkly bracelet. It's the first present I've had. In 600 years.
600 years?
Yes.
I thought I was old.
You are old.
My kind, we live a long time. Even for giants. But,
Well, you don't look a day over 200.
thank you. I wish I could say the same for you.
Hey, I'm only 136.
It was a joke. I'm a little out of practice.
It's fine. It was nice meeting you. Hopefully we'll cross paths again.
Look, and if you do go up to the castle, kick one of their goats from me. Sneaky, tricksy bastards.
Are you sure it was the goat and you weren't just blaming it?
No, the goat wasn't involved. They're very precious about the goats.
So it was just a scapegoat then?
Ah, yes.
Well, I guess that makes sense then.
But yes, and, oh, I've forgotten what I was going to say, but yes, may the Thunderer watch over you.
Aye. How
And
did you
she-
know I served Thunderer?
I didn't.
Well,
He's one of the gods respected by my my people. Him and
Well, it's nice to
Stormbringer.
meet a fellow follower of thunder.
Well, the storm's blowing our favour. But, she sort of looks over the five of you. You've not seen a flying ship, have you?
Why would you ask that?
Nothing, just a worrying thought.
Are there ships flying around over here?
I should hope not. It's a sign of the end times.
Well, what are the other things that happen during the end times?
Oh,
Besides flying ships?
The usual. Monsters stealing the sun, and Serpent rises, the wolf howls, the dead queen's ship shall sail in the sky. But, nothing, it's, I used to believe in prophecy, but, now I really hope they don't exist, because, yeah, I kind of failed my bit of, safeguarding, so, nothing, just, you gave me just a funny feeling. It's been so long, and then the five of you turning up, tales of thunder and all that, and look, asking questions.
Well, we are from Isfjell.
I've no idea where that is, but, sure it's lovely.
It's up north and to the east,
Oh,
near the bitter ice.
I went up to the bitter ice once a long time back, but I find the ice giants unnecessarily combative, and out east I've heard they've got fire giants, and I've heard they're great craftsmen, but I had to stay here and keep watch out, but anyway, good luck on your journey, and if you see any dead queens in flying ships, watch out.
We'll keep a lookout. Thanks for the warning.
And she heads back, humming under breath. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
So it's time to leave.
Well, let's get back to the ship.
Mm-hmm. Where did you find her?
Well, she was up in this cave and had bits of her ship, so we decided to say hi, and she was quite friendly.
That didn't strike you as suspicious.
No,
Okay. She didn't do anything weird?
I don't think so. She seemed pretty hospitable. I mean, she gave us like 5 gallons of tea, but that's not her fault. She didn't have any tiny cups, as she called them. But I just think she heard that she might have seen the visions when she had the piece of the wand. That's probably why she asked about the flying ship.
That's possible.
And she mentioned something about not doing her part to safeguard. I wonder if her family told her to keep that piece of the wand safe, and she lost it in gambling.
Sort of sounds like it.
Well, does anyone have any other business on shore, or should we head back?
I'd say we could definitely head back.
We took the boat here, right?
Yeah, you've got like the I've forgotten the word, the
lifeboat or the
Yeah.
the little tiny boat?
Yeah, the little tiny boat that goes with the bigger boat.
Dinghy?
Yeah,
The baby boat. There's a proper word for the shore-going thingy boats, but one of those.
the thingy thingy.
I like baby boat. That's
thingy
fun.
The baby boat. So yeah, you took the baby boat, and you're able to take the baby boat back to the big boat. Yeah, you've got and with the fact that you've now got missing pieces of the boat, it makes it a lot easier to fix some of the boat, especially with the couple of people who have mending on hand. Start sticking some bits back together, patching stuff up with bits of the shore. Essentially, you can spend the rest of the afternoon is spent fixing this boat back up. Evening comes and the crew gather on the deck to say a few words about their dear departed friends, Orvid and Gwyn. Like they pour a couple of drinks into the sea as offerings to a goddess they refer to, well, by a couple of names. They call her Stormbringer, Umberlee, the Lady Beneath. It seems to have merged various sea goddesses into a general respect for the sheer terrifyingness of the sea. But yeah, they say a toast. You notice that Davina is sort of hanging back away from the crew. Glancing every now and again at Uno with a kind of look of like just general suspicion, with confusion, with like, what's her deal? But yes, the boat is repaired, the skies are clear, and does anyone have any business they wish to address?
Whenever I drop off the boar, I'm gonna very sternly look at the cook and be like, "Don't fuck this one up."
The cook's dead.
Oh, the cook's dead. Making the boar. Whoever's making the boar, don't fuck it up. I'm proud of my
Don't
catch.
have all this in a dare do it. Or we'll be having good berries again.
I'll be happy to cook, because I don't think all this needs to be anywhere near cooking the food.
Yeah.
Hey, I
tested
spent an
prep
entire
before.
night reading the cookbook. Okay,
Yes.
I figured that would help me a little bit.
But yeah, whoever actually for quality of cooking for tonight's meal after the funeral ceremony, who is doing the cooking? Is it Adair or Eldis?
Adair, please. Adair, please.
Oh,
I want pork.
hey, I've got the cookbook in hand.
yes.
And I've read it cover to cover once.
Okay.
I'm assuming that would give me
It will give you advantage in this case, yes, because it does. Yes,
Okay, in
He's
that
not-
case,
you're
I
following a recipe. It's a
following
wisdom roll with advantage.
Yeah.
alright. That's an 18 plus 4.
Yeah, 22.
It is delicious,
Yay.
and you hear a brief mutter from Harkon of like, "Well, much better cook than Gwyn was," and someone goes, "Shh, Gwyn's funeral."
Aye, too soon.
Right. But yeah, as you enjoy a delicious meal of roasted boar, as the waves wash against the shore and the distant flickering light of Rand's fire, you are half a day's sailing away from the castle of the Cloud Giants. And so, after a good night's rest, a good night's feast, the next day you set sail, and it doesn't take you long as you... Yeah, Torvald, you're going to interrupt? No. as you sort of head round this rocky coast, that you see this inlet come into view, and the boat sort of sails in between these rising rocky cliffs. And you can see ahead of you appears to be a very small settlement built along by some jetties and houses scattered along the shore. But what is much more obvious is looming up above you, up on the rocks, is an enormous castle. Everything built double to scale, these huge towers, vast windows, vast doors. And Aldous, this is a familiar looking castle. You saw a glimpse of this when you touched the shard of the crystal wand. I believe.
Yeah, I believe
Someone
so.
did. I'm sure it's someone other than Ira. I think it was Aldous.
Yeah, Aldous is the one who has the wand now.
Yeah.
So
you recognize and you see this looming above you, like, and the clouds sort of forming a lovely backdrop, and this bright beam of sunlight shining down on the white towers of this castle. And that, as you pull into the shore, where we pick up next week, as after an immensely long journey, they set off for this castle in session 12.
It's been a year?
It's been a year.
It's been a year. We've been playing for just over a year.
We did it.
So
Yeah, well, there were like 12 sessions before you found out about the castle, but yes, after from session 12 to session 41, you have finally arrived at the castle of the Cloud Giants.
Incredible.
And as such, I believe this is an appropriate time to say welcome very much to level 9. I feel this, if ever there was a milestone, this is
How
it.
long have we had 2 pieces of the wand? Like since 12 or earlier?
I think since 12. No, it was earlier than that, because it was since session 10, which is when you found the second one in the tomb.
Wow.
So
I
yes,
can't remember where we had the first piece.
you got it off the pair of people you rescued from a hot air balloon in the middle of a storm.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was not there for that episode.
Yeah, they got it from the Gith. They stole it from the Gith. Yeah, so it's been a long journey, but now, next week, you may have reached your destination, but how do you get a group of giants from their treasure? The challenge is on.
By being really nice.
Really nice.
By being really nice, that is one option, yes. But yeah, we'll find out next week how that goes, and whether any of them get smashed into giant putty.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around. And then, then back on the water for Serpent round 2, yeah? No?
Why we should have killed it. That's why we should have killed it.
We tried. We did try. Ran
But yeah.
away.
We'll be back next week. But in the meantime, if you want to check back on any of our past escapades of the last over a year now, we do have a YouTube, and we are inching our way towards 100 followers, which is the threshold for a giveaway. So if you haven't already, if you hop on over to the Isfjell YouTube, which is YouTube/, hence the problem. And
Most of that is silent.
yeah, you don't pronounce the second L.
Yeah, the phlegm is silent. And there's only we're at 85. There are 15 to go. So
Yeah.
getting very close.
Very close indeed. Yes, so hopping over, and also whilst you're at it, if you guys checking out the amazing Haunted Chronicles and Mixtaba Studios, proper vampire infested YouTubes. I've heard there's some alright people in there. But yeah, in the meantime, there's also a Discord. Hop on over, join these weird people, and find out about lots of the other exciting shows that are coming up. I believe tomorrow is continuation of Chicago by Night, which is glorious and very, very entertaining. Where a coterie of vampires have inherited a very dangerous patch of territory and are, I think, in some trouble at the moment. It was late last time the episode finishes, but it's very interesting. And then on Tuesday, Tam?
Tuesday is the season finale of Haunted Chronicles, and we get to find out what happened to Estrid, who went up in flames, and catch up with everybody else who now appears to be in a desert in China.
You keep raising the stakes on cliffhangers. And finally, I believe this Friday, I might be right this time, is the continuation of the werewolf adventure.
It is
Saturday.
On Saturday. Yes, on Friday we have a film.
So
noir
close.
in China,
Film.
so.
So I knew there was werewolf. I knew there was something on Friday. That's like halfway there. But yes, lots of exciting stuff. But yeah, check out the Discord and the Twitter where all the schedules, as drawn up by people who actually know what's going on, are posted. And we'll hopefully see you next week for a quest to retrieve treasure from the giants, which I feel is appropriately Norse.